I've got one dose in the arm, 1 foot out the door. I feel like I'm living in the in-between. Am I halfway to leaping back into pre-pandemic Los Angeles? Does that city still exist? Will I see you in it? That's what I wanted to get a sense of this week as I cautiously ventured out for a recalibrating ramble. I wanted to ask people outside my bubble how they envision our future. I wanted to find out where they place themselves on the spectrum from total shut-in to total freedom. In Griffith Park, on the leafy, shaded trails of Fern Dell, I watched Eleanor Barnes, who is 2, make her mother, Erin Bienenfeld, run. "I'll be right back," Ellie called out without a backward glance, as she boldly zigzagged and hopped her way into the unknown. For half her life now, Ellie's North Hollywood backyard has constituted most of her outdoor world. She tuned out the other children careening along the trail's twists and turns. She has yet to have play dates. Until recently, it didn't feel safe to throw her into the playground mix. Now, Bienenfeld said, she's noticed that the children she encounters in public don't fold easily into each other. I wondered, will it be the same for the rest of us? How creaky and stiff are our social skills? Bienenfeld, 42, a voiceover actor, was lucky to be able to narrate audiobooks from home during the pandemic. Her husband, Orion Barnes, who teaches stage combat at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, was laid off but then started teaching online from their garage, with 2 cameras and a dummy. She and Barnes are fully vaccinated. "It kind of feels like the sun coming out after the rain," she told me. "I think the new normal to us looks like normal, but with gratitude." I left the park with photographer Seib, and we headed to Grand Central Market downtown but stopped first to take in a block-long line for vaccinations at the $1 Million Theater next door. Stephen White, 28, in the line with his dog, Doja, said he was so ready to once more work side by side with his colleagues at Southern California Edison that he'd overcome his initial vaccine hesitancy. But he also was thankful for what he'd gained in a year mostly spent solo. "I've definitely learned a lot of good habits from being cooped up. About getting my life organized, maximizing my time, filling up my time so that I wasn't bored," White said. Doja benefited from longer walks. White worked out more. He took up running. He trained to try his hand whenever amateur Muay Thai competition resumes. "I feel like it kind of grew us up a little bit," White said of the pandemic. He was using the past tense, but the pandemic seemed very much present when I stepped inside the cavernous expanse of Grand Central Market. At high noon, it took my eyes a minute to adjust to how unpeopled the market was, by pre-pandemic standards. I counted just 7 people in line at the ever-popular Eggslut. Quite a few stalls had no customers at all,